Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for stopping by the channel today for a quick look at some graded card pickups. Have looks like about a half dozen graded cards that were purchased recently to get to today. And in the background there for your enjoyment are some other recently featured slabs here from the channel. And in today's episode, we're going to look at baseball, hockey, and even one soccer slab. So we're going to start off with baseball. And this is one that I picked up relatively cheap, and I was alerted to this from a hobby friend who sent me the link to the auction. So another example of just having a good network of hobby buddies helping to make collections better, and was really pleased to win this for under $40. And I think that was even pre-injury. So this is the 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphire Shohei Ohtani. That awesome batting image there. I've mentioned this before. I know I showed like a pink refractor version of this card, and it looks like he's just larger than life here. The way they cropped this photo, looks like Ohtani's about 8 feet tall. And I've definitely slowed down a little bit with buying Shohei. We'll see what his prices do in the offseason. I really haven't picked up anything of his maybe in a month or two, just because prices, right before the injury for sure, were kind of crazy. And after the injury, they've regressed a little bit, but obviously with his, at least at the time that I'm recording this, his big potential free agency in the upcoming offseason. We'll see what plays out there, but happy to have another Shohei in the graded card collection. Next up, going to look at two hockey cards that I actually picked up probably years back and just never bothered to show on the channel. They're two of those great league leaders cards from the 1980s in the realm of hockey. And so Topps and O-Pee-Chee, they would put these in the set every year, especially O-Pee-Chee. The ones that we're going to look at today, this pair is from 1982 O-Pee-Chee. My birth year. What's cool about these, there was no Topps set in 1982 or 1983. Topps took a 2-year break from producing hockey cards, so O-Pee-Chee was it. And this one here is paying tribute to Gretzky, leading the league the year prior in goals. You can see on the front here, and if we look on the back, I mean, the total domination that he was displaying at this point, 92 goals in 81-82. Next closest player, Mike Bossy, who was also one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the game, almost 30 goals behind. Gretzky producing at an almost 50% better pace than the next best player in the league. So this is obviously an early Gretzky card from his era of just complete dominance. This would be like a 4th-year leaders card. And at the time when I bought these years back, believe it or not, in a PSA 9, you could get these for like $20 to $25. I was trying to accumulate as many as I could. And unfortunately, when the boom got here, I wasn't done yet. And I have not gone back and finished them all. But I do have the assist leader as well from the same set. So Gretzky paced the league in both goals and assists in 1981-82. Great look at a early 80s crowd in the background there. I love Spectacles guy in the middle right over Gretzky's shoulder. And let's see how he did on assists. 120. Next closest player, 93. So he did about 33% better roughly than the next best player in terms of being a setup man and recording assists. So obviously, this was early Pete Gretzky when he was in the prime of his career, just setting records that were never going to be touched probably by anyone else ever again, although Ovechkin may get there with the goal total. We'll see how that kind of plays out in the coming years, but that's all the hockey that I'll subject you to for this episode. I'm going to do a quick soccer card here, and then we're going to go back to baseball for the final 2 cards. So this soccer card is one of the 2 modern young stars that I love to collect, those being Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, and was able to score this Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League. And for those who don't know, this is kind of like the Topps Chrome set in soccer. UEFA Champions League, probably the most respected league on the globe, certainly one of them. And this is a blue refractor numbered out of 150, just like the baseball ones are. And so in the world of soccer, this is basically the equivalent of getting, a Shohei Ohtani or Ronald Acuna or Mookie Betts, blue out of 150. And this is a 2nd-year card. Haaland's rookies were in 2019. This is a 2020. I know it has the design of 2021 Topps Baseball, but the soccer season spans 2 calendar years. So this is actually a 2020-21 soccer card, and it's a second-year Erling Haaland, numbered out of 150. And thanks to, as my buddy Eric would say, the 8 hate, this one being graded just a PSA 8, I got this for under $30. And watching this guy's career unfold on the pitch, I can tell you that is going to be looked at as an extreme bargain someday in the future, if it's not already. I just don't think a second-year card of a player of this caliber, already graded numbered to 150, should be under $30. So I snatched it up. That's my latest Haaland card. And now, as promised, back to baseball to close it out. These are two cards that I bought from the 2022 Topps release. One is from the flagship release and one is from Update. And I did a video a while back on how I collect modern Topps sets now. And the gist of it is it's very different. You know, when I was a kid in the boom wax era, we'll call it, you would just set build. You know, I would just get whatever packs I could get my grubby little kid hands on from mowing the lawn or raking leaves, or my dad bringing my brothers and I to the hobby shop, open them up, we'd sort them, trade for doubles, and it was a challenge to work on a set. But these days, you know, as an adult with expendable income, I could just go online and buy a factory set or a hand-collated set for under $50 and have every card that Topps put out that year. So that's not really what I'm looking to do from a space perspective. So instead, I try to highlight a few single cards that I want to target from any particular year. And I have two from 2022 here that I want to show. The first one, I have to give a shout out to my hobby buddy Eric over at Those Back Pages. He's also the guy that sent me the link to the Shohei we saw a minute ago. He kind of turned me on to the coolness of this card here. So this is a Bobby Witt Jr. rookie card, or RC logo card, as Eric would say, from 2022 Topps. Now, what's significant about this is a short print variation. You can see the SP on here. So card number 660 on the Topps flagship set in 2022, it's not Bobby Witt. I think it's actually Shohei Ohtani, just to come back around full circle. But this short print was included as an alternate version of number 660 in the set. So there aren't a ton of them out there compared to all the other base cards. And Bobby Witt's rookie card didn't come until Update, 2022 Topps Update. So this is his first Topps flagship pack issued card with the Royals. And for that reason, I think it's kind of sneaky good. I don't want to be that guy and talk at length about this, but I did draft him in fantasy baseball this year, and it really gave me a new appreciation for just everything that he does on the playing field. He's an all-around amazing player, and I wanted to have really just one or two Witt cards in the collection just to kind of have as I watch his career develop and sort of follow him as a fan. I'm not going to go deep down that rabbit hole, but based on the research that I did and talking with Eric about this card, quickly identified that this was one that I wanted to get if I was going to have a small representation of Bobby Witt in my baseball collection. So I'll really be grateful to have this going forward. And it's certainly a player that I'm going to be watching with interest. And this card, even after the season that he just had, 30 plus home runs, and definitely the most electric, exciting player on the Royals. And I know how silly that sounds, but believe me, he's very, very good. Even still was $55 in a PSA 9. So pumped with that. And the other 2022 that I picked up selectively, this was a card that I nearly bought multiple times over a year ago when I was really into this guy, and I don't know why I abandoned it, but in this case, patience, or I guess forgetting about it more accurately, actually worked in my favor, because this card seems to be cheaper now than it was back then. I don't understand why, because this guy is a beast, but from Topps Update, I got the SP of Juan Soto with the Padres. And similar to, I like this card for the same reason that I like this Bobby Witt, which is why I paired them together today. This is the first Topps flagship card that shows Juan Soto with the San Diego Padres in uniform. Yes, he's card number 1 on the 2023 Topps checklist with the Padres, but after the trade deadline and the move to San Diego, this was the first card to come out that depicted him with the Padres. And I may have mistakenly said trade deadline there, but you get the gist. First Padres Topps flagship card of Juan Soto. And those with a keen eye will notice this is a PSA 10. I never buy 10s, but I guess I can't say that anymore. I'll say I rarely buy 10s. But this is a case where it was just worth it to bump up one grade and go get a 10, because even in a 10, this was, I think, around $32. And I'm a huge Juan Soto fan. I haven't talked about him on the channel maybe as much this season as I did the year prior, but it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy collecting him. And I am on the lookout to land more cards of his like this one. Nobody's really talking about him at all, and he just had a 35 home run, 100 plus RBI season where he led the league in walks, excuse me. And he's got like 160 home runs already, a batting title and a World Series championship, and he just finished his age 24 season. That is insane to me. This is someone who is going to be a bright spot in the sport for years to come, and who I plan to continue to collect. And I'm very, very happy to have his first Topps Padres card proper, the short print in a PSA 10 in the collection. So that's it for today's graded card rummage. Appreciate you checking out these pickups, new and old. And I'll be back very soon with some more sports card content. Till then, enjoy the hobby, everybody.